Oh, hello. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Today we're going to be carrying on the Burning Shores DLC for Horizon Forbidden West. Thank you very much to PlayStation for gifting me a copy of the DLC for you guys to enjoy. So, I'm going to be premiering part 1 on my YouTube channel soon. If you missed the first half, you could always go to my YouTube channel to catch up with any streams you missed. So yeah, so let's just carry on. So I've been busy last couple of days, and the workouts are still going really well. So for now, I'm sort of prioritizing my health more than anything else. But I'm still keeping going with the gaming news and everything like that. And I'm having a hell of a fun time seeing the channel grow and so on. And then I have a different direction as well with a couple of things I'm doing. Like I'm not trying to do the same thing over and over again. I do want to actually innovate. Oh yeah, so good. You could literally just sit and look. It's not just the fact it looks beautiful; it's also the fact that it runs so flippin' smooth. You know what I mean? Okay, can I actually? I can't. Maybe I'll have to jump off. And I saw the announcement about the CMA blocking the Activision Blizzard deal.
Strong smell.
Okay, anyway, let's get back on the path. Yeah, I could summon my horse. Let me do. Out. Yeah, I just want to look around. This game is so beautiful. I mean, some argue it's literally the best looking PlayStation game of all of them. And like I said, if games look like this now, what are they going to look like 10 years from now? Okay. Oh, really? Why is it I haven't given up? Okay. Yeah, let's keep going. It's funny because I'm wearing, I got new ear pads for my headphones. I've finally repaired my headphones properly. And the closed back ones, so now it feels like a completely different experience. It shows how damaged they were before, basically. Barge. I tell you what, let's go here, and then let's see if we can find the boat. I know that this sort of game is not for everyone, and it's definitely not a popular stream game, but I definitely wanted to play it, so part of me is like I am enthralled. And the thing is as well with this is I know it's not the perfect game, you know, it can be quite buggy sometimes. Where is the boat? Okay, there it is. Let's take the boat to the shore. And I know that a lot of other games to play as well. Like, I still need to play Resident Evil 4 at some point, and I need to play Witcher 3, Red Dead Redemption 2, and then Zelda Tears of the Kingdom around the corner. There's so many games. Star Wars, Jedi Survivor, in a couple of days, and so on. But I can't afford to buy every game brand new full price. You know, I don't have that sort of budget. So, unfortunately. Random thing. And who knows what else will be announced? Summer Game Fest and stuff like that. Cool. Are you excited for 16? Yeah, of course. But I'm trying to not look into it too far. Like, I don't want to be overly excited and then get disappointed, you know what I mean? I'm trying, in theory, I'm trying not to think about it. So, for example, I'm trying not to even think about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's like, I'll play it when it comes out.
Those are the buoys Seika mentioned. Better stay on this side of them.
Okay. These buoys gonna like explode. How about you? Is there any game you're like really excited for? But more than anything else, I'm just excited to see what the future holds in terms of my gaming news and my YouTube channels and stuff like that. And also my physical health. Because I don't know if you saw, what's it called? I've been working out now. I'm working out 3 days a week. I've been doing that now for the last month. This is week 5. I'm following a program. And in between some of the workouts, there is like a challenge. Like do the maximum number of push-ups you can do or whatever. And, but today, for example, literally is a day off.
Might be getting too close to the tower. Better steer clear.
I can just chillax. And I'm seeing great results already, basically, and I'm only barely 4 weeks in. There's some exercises I could barely do 4 weeks ago. Now I can do them much better.
I believe all this might just end.
Dead Island 2 came out, so I might eventually get that. Yeah, what I'm waiting for with Dead Island 2 is for them to patch and fix the multiplayer. Apparently the multiplayer co-op is not that great
Just dropping that
at the moment. They need to fix it.
At least you were honest.
Because like Dying Light, you know, I like to go in with friends.
Because I haven't.
I'll wait for them to fix it and I'll wait for them for it to get cheaper. But simply, games are very, very flippin' expensive. There's no way I can afford every game full price. And I am finished with collector editions. Because, you remember I used to have that massive pile of collector editions that nearly hit my ceiling. And that's all they were. They just used space. So I'm actually in the process of selling all of them.
Or hide it from myself.
And I'll get back half, 2/3 of their value. So I will lose a lot of money. But whatever, at least I get some of the money back.
I've lost her.
It's better than them just sitting there gathering dust.
I feel like I've lost my tribe, too. Now you tell me that the world is ending? What am I supposed to do with all that? Seika, what's the point?
Exactly, yeah. I think we're headed towards a $100 game.
Seika, I
with the next generation.
Why you wouldn't tell me that? It's okay. But your sister? Your people? They are a part of you.
But it's one of those things, like, if the more popular I become with what I'm doing, then the easier it will be for me to request codes for free from developers.
That's part of what makes you.
But it'll take time. I'll wait for a discount. Yeah, exactly. I'm not quite there yet, obviously. Like, I still obviously have to pay for games. But hopefully sooner than later, like, buying games will be a thing of the past.
Look, you don't have to do it alone. Okay?
For me, anyway.
I will help you, I promise.
And then the ultimate goal will be as if a developer says, here's our game, here's it early, and we'll pay you to play it. That will be the ultimate. That'll be like win, 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 win.
Okay.
Okay.
We need to find
The
a
thing
way
is,
out to
though,
that
as well,
peninsula.
like, I'm not...
The currents are too strong for
For me,
swimming.
money is just a way to pay bills, you know what I mean?
And if we fly or take your skiff, that tower will knock us out.
I was thinking.
Yeah,
there's a
I care
machine
about
that
my
can fly
principles
and
more
dive
than money.
Below the surface, the water wing.
I thought you said the towers blasted a bunch of them out of the sky.
Yeah, but if we were riding one, maybe we could do better. Time our dives to duck below shots from the tower. Can that spear of yours tame one?
No. Not yet, at least. Are there any water wings left? Do you think you could find one?
There have been a few sightings since we took down the first tower. I could ask around the settlement.
Are you playing Honkai Star Rail? Came out yesterday.
I'll work on the override.
It came out last night.
Gotta admit, I'm not exactly looking forward to the ride.
But yeah, thank you again, PlayStation,
Good. Good.
for gifting me this DLC.
Okay.
Appreciate you, PlayStation.
Can't get distracted from the task at hand. Gonna need some support for this one. Hey, Beta? I need your help. Do you think you and Gaia can modify my...
This game is so
override to
beautiful,
work
isn't
on
it?
Water wings?
The two machines do share a lot of similar code. We might be able to patch together a software update at the fabrication terminal. But...
Making me some chicken nuggets for lunch. Oh, nice.
Ballast regulator and an intact wing membrane.
On it.
Guy and I will prep everything here in the
Reminds me, I
meantime.
need to go make myself
Secret
shake soon.
mentioned there used to be water wings near Fleet's End. The Zenith tower we took down blasted them out of the sky, so I should be able to dive for the parts.
What is that? Is that like a spaceship that's camouflaged? That does look like a camouflage, right? Alright, can I... Let me fast travel here. Fast travel. The hologram, yeah, it looks like it. What is kind of funny is this the newest game? Yeah, so this is the DLC for Horizon Forbidden West. The DLC came out a couple of days ago. Well, actually more than a few days ago, but still, you know. But in order to play this DLC, you have to have finished the main story of the main game. But I played the main game a lot. Like I even got the platinum trophy for it. I couldn't put it down when it came out. And this year there's hopefully going to be Assassin's Creed Mirage as well. As I said, so there's a lot of games coming out imminently, and I'm not going to be playing any of them. So that's the thing. But I don't mind.
Place to start looking for those
Force on
water
Dead Island 2. It looks alright. I'm a bigger fan of Dying Light, to be honest. But I didn't. But that's based on me just watching Dead Island 2. I never actually played it. Okay, so. Good time. Yeah, maybe.
On Ballista.
I'm waiting for GTA 6 and new Elder Scrolls game.
Dent in the snap moss.
You're gonna be waiting a while. the latest rumor when it comes to GTA 6 anyway. Because, you know, I read the gaming news every day. The latest rumor basically is that GTA 6 will be revealed. Oh, hello. On the 17th of May. In 2-3 weeks from now.
Water wing carcasses around, my focus might be able to pick them up.
But I didn't put it in the gaming news because it's just how many rumors have there been of you know, of GTA 6 at this point.
A ballast regulator.
Okay. I now need a wing membrane. It's in the same area. When has Mirage taken place? I forgot. I don't know. It's meant to be this year, I think. I don't know if they've said anything else. I remember. Yeah, Elder Scrolls 6 is probably a while away, to be honest. I think Xbox and Bethesda and so on, their priority right now feels like it's obviously Starfield or Elder Scrolls. And Starfield is another game I won't be playing. Where is Mirage taking place? It's supposed to be in Iraq, in Baghdad. Basically, in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, we were introduced to a character called Basim. Because he was the assassin that taught Eivor how to assassin. Basically, Mirage is Basim in Iraq, in Baghdad, when he was young. So it's almost like a prequel to Valhalla. I have to use a ballista. This guy just won't leave me alone. Oh, no. Fine. Okay. Fable 4 will also take forever. Yeah, yeah.
Water wing. Might have the parts I need. Looks like the Zenith Tower did a number on this one. No parts here.
Keep looking. Right. As long as we're within the scope of the area. Yeah, maybe. Let's search that one already.
Water wing for parts.
One over there. There we go. Okay, there's not more. Sure. Do you like the new format of Assassin's Creed? Yeah, I think they're pretty cool.
Beta, I've got the parts. Sending over the data now.
Got it.
I thought Valhalla was maybe a bit too big.
Done.
Because it felt like I was playing the game for a month. But because it was so beautiful, I didn't care. But I'm okay with the style. How about you guys? PG&E 2 announced in 2015. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, I heard that Dead Island 2 was announced a long time ago as well. That it was stuck in development hell for a long time. But it's good that they kept delaying the game until it was ready. Because people have been almost praising how good Dead Island 2 is. They were surprised. They thought that after so long in development hell, it would suck.
Time to finish the water wing override.
Alrighty, let's go. Oh, quest items. This weapon upgrades. But yeah, there has been a you know, a lot of games like that. But it's better to delay a game for it to have more polish than to rush a game out, because that's what I've said that so many times with the gaming news as well. Like you only have one chance to, let's say, make a first impression, and if people have this scope or idea that your game sucks or it's not ready yet, people will be gone. You know what I mean?
If you need to resupply, now's a good time. Once you get there, we should head out right away.
Alright, could be fun. Seems like I'm getting
Look, maybe we'll finally
all the
catch up
games
to
just ain't
Mondo.
as fun anymore. Yeah,
What he's
I
doing
mean
with the other
that's the thing with Assassin's Creed.
Stop him before he can fire up his radio.
I've always said that you should play them in order. Because otherwise, if you play them backwards or whatever, you're gonna have less and less features every time you play. Need Seika. Okay, where is Seika? Quest here. Let's do this random quest. Let's see what's going on.
Not many can do what I do.
Let's see, I wonder how many Dead Island 2 pre-orders were fulfilled from 2014. But that's why I've said as well, like, I'm more conscious about my game spending these days. Like, I'm being really careful about it. And, like I said, I'm done with collector's editions.
Here I come.
But it's like, for example, I don't know if you guys saw with Final Fantasy 16. The collector's edition is like $350 or something. So it's sort of like, the question is, buy a PlayStation 5 or buy the collector edition of 16 with like a $10 statue in it. It's like, why is it so expensive?
Please, I need your help.
Yeah, it's really, really expensive. Like, look it up. Like, it's a bullfrog.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really expensive. I think it's the most expensive collector edition they've done.
It only got worse from there. After you left the bunker.
That's why you can still buy them, because no one can afford them.
Most of us decided to grab whatever boats we could and come back here. But then Pyrrhic showed up, another one of Walter's thugs. He and his men tried to round
Insane,
everyone
yeah.
up. They got my friend Lon.
Now, like I said,
took him away, and I
I'm
couldn't
I'm
stop
done
them.
with collector editions. I won't get any
Please.
more.
Can you find him?
But we also had this
He
debate
doesn't have the manpower to mount a search.
on Twitter about what is important and what isn't. Like, for me personally, I think it's important that you're your own biggest
I
fan
was on the last boat
and that you
yesterday.
take care of yourself and
Pyrrhic and his
you
men
support
charged
yourself
us
the
just as we
most
set out.
and you believe in yourself and trust yourself the most.
I hate to think of what they've done to
But
Lon.
someone was talking to me basically saying that it's also important
Find him for me.
to get feedback from other people. And I said, it helps, but it's not needed. Like, what you need is to trust yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're stuck with you all of your life. You're not stuck with other people. Completed this a few weeks ago. I have to say, one of the best games I've played 10 out of 10 visually. Yeah, visually is amazing. I got the Platinum Trophy for the original game as well. I got the Platinum for Horizon Zero Dawn and for Forbidden West as well. Quests. Do the side quest first. Activate quest. Okay, let's go there. And I hit something like 19,000 followers today on Twitter. Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate that. So guys, be sure to check out my website as well, mithrie.com. I've been working really hard on it. It's nice to see how far the website's come. Ow. But, yeah. Thanks for sharing the live stream, I appreciate you. So, the main thing is as well, you can ask me questions about the gaming news I will probably be able to answer. Because I read the gaming news every day. So I'm aware of most rumors, most stories. And it's just a case of what I decide to report and not report.
Must be the last place Otosu saw Lon.
Okay. Or the beach. Let me save. Pelican. That's a lobster.
Doesn't look like everyone got away.
Uh-oh.
Better take a closer look at that body. Otosu said someone named Pyrrhic and his squad rounded up the rest of the Quinn.
I never even finished it. Dying Light 2.
I need to find where they went.
A long way to go.
My focus can help.
Down with this.
Quinn were loading up supplies. There must have been a panic when Pyrrhic showed up.
But yeah, there is, like I said, there is obviously a lot of games to experience this year. And I'm waiting for news about Death Stranding 2, for example. I know Death Stranding is not for for everybody, but I love Death Stranding. Like, I think Death Stranding is one of the best games ever. But it had a different meaning to me, let's say. Search the area. Okay. Oh jeez. Okay, let me take the skiff. I like the fact that you push it backwards to get it back in the water and then you climb onto it. Death Stranding was incredible. Yeah, I love Death Stranding. I put actually 120 hours into Death Stranding. I got the platinum trophy.
Worst way to get around.
The thing is though with Death Stranding, the first 10 hours is absolute hell, but that's by design. And then it gets easier and easier and easier as you get used to it. And then by the end, like I said, I was literally devastated when it ended. Absolutely devastated. So, Death Stranding is another game I need to play. Yeah, but be warned, like I said, it's an uphill struggle. It's so hard at the beginning. Like I said, the first 8-10 hours, you might even want to quit the game. Because it's that hard. But it's by design and it's for a reason. What was kind of funny is that just before this game, I went back and I played GoldenEye 007 on Nintendo 64. It's quite the contrast.
Should be somewhere south.
To jump from like find the giant steel serpent. Okay. To jump from Nintendo 64 graphics to these graphics. It was quite a leap. And yeah, I didn't give... There's so many games I need to really play. So I eventually will play Witcher 3. I need to finish off. I need to play Cyberpunk more. I need to play Red Dead 2. But there is already, like, amazing games I've missed out on. Yeah, and I don't know if you guys saw the Last of Us TV show. That was very good. Thoughts on The Last of Us Part 2? Gameplay-wise, amazing. Graphically, amazing. Story-wise, devastating. So, like, losing Joel for me was like losing an uncle. So, and I know that the game caused a lot of controversy, but that just shows for me the quality of what they produce. So, it was heart-wrenching. I will not say it's a bad game. It was an amazing game, and I also got the Platinum Trophy for it. But, like I said, it's not really a game I want to play again anytime soon. Not because it's bad, but because I'm too upset to play it. How about you guys? What did you think of The Last of Us Part 2? I mean, it would have been nice if it wasn't spoiled by everybody, but that's life, isn't it? Like, we live in a culture now with the internet where the second there's a spoiler, people spam it in droves. Look at these graphics, man. Now, I love my PlayStation 5, right? It's my favorite console ever. Like, literally, my list is PlayStation 5, Nintendo 64. That's how highly I regard the PlayStation 5. But some of the choices PlayStation is making right now, it makes me have a big question mark. Anyway, I'm just going to quickly go to the toilet. I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. See. Last of Us, good way over here, yeah. Never got into Xbox. No idea what to expect from an Xbox console. It's literally the same. So, in terms of power anyway. The big debate between PlayStation and Xbox is which has the better games. Now, I was saying about developers not making good choices these days, like PlayStation, for example. So, one thing, for example, that PlayStation is doing is paying developers for exclusivity. So, it's widely known, for example, that PlayStation pay Square Enix a lot of money to prevent their games appearing on other consoles. But it's becoming more blatant than that. Because one thing I retweeted yesterday is this idea that not only like exclusivity on PlayStation might be say 6 months, whatever, but then they have like a clause or something in their contract where they literally say that you can never release this game. Let's assume Final Fantasy 16 in this example on Xbox ever. So in exchange for this amount of money. And what that does is it stifles competition, but it also hurts Square Enix. So Square Enix will, for example, make a quick buck, and it will help them with development costs and so on initially, but it will hurt their business in the long term if it's true. Obviously, I'm not these companies. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but if it's true, they're actually hurting Square Enix in the long run. They're not helping them. So it's sort of a short-term gain for a long-term bad. Looking at the stream and button by accident. Hello, how you doing? How you doing?
Gotta find Mon. Going off that note, I shouldn't expect a warm welcome.
Yeah.
I better keep my guard up.
Yeah, these bad guys. Yes, they are. Right, let me... My arrow is ready. Phoenix is hurting herself. Yeah, you could argue that. Saying like, I still think selling Tomb Raider is one of the biggest mistakes they've made recently. And then selling it for a cheap price in exchange for investing in AI and...
They're spoiling for a fight.
Press the wrong button.
Freeing those prisoners might be worse.
In exchange for NFTs and AI and so on. I'm just like, what the hell? Dodge.
I want you dead.
Full story, brah. Okay. I heard about the AI demo, which has bad ratings. Yeah, I saw. 90-something% dislike ratio, whatever. There it is. But one thing is, though, there is still some unfair reviews. So, for example, I am aware of the ending of this DLC. And well, yeah, I do better in range, don't I? I miss. There it is. Basically, this game got review bombed, I think. This DLC got review bombed on Metacritic. But it was so much abuse that, what's it called? Metacritic are actually going to change their rules about how they accept or not accept thingies going forward.
These Quen really have it in for me.
Stop!
The face. Okay, level 55. Okay, I've got 3 skill points. So In master. Oh no, I was in it. Sure. But that's just, you know, the internet, isn't it? Oh, I need 5 skill points, that's why I can't do it.
What's happening? I don't understand.
Wait, the cell open. Cool.
You're the Outlander that took out Seth. Are you here to get rid of Pyrrhic too? Because if you are, I'll gladly help. He killed my friend on the way over.
What happened?
But I do wonder, like I said, what the next step is.
Artur. He fought back when Pyrrhic rounded us up, and that brute made an example of him. We were all supposed to be a part of Walter's beautiful new world. What a load of shit. Give me half a chance, and I'll put Pyrrhic down in the dirt.
Hold on.
But like I say, I'm having really a lot of fun doing what I'm doing. So my priorities right now are my health, and then my gaming news YouTube channel, then the live stream. And I tend to run out of time to stream, basically, when those two things are in the way. Yeah. What it is, basically, there's some issues in this game. Like, people attack every game when it comes to LGBT stuff. And
Any idea where they're keeping the prisoners?
I think that's ridiculous. It's like the stupidest thing in the world.
Once we get inside, I'll try and free them.
At some point, people were attacking The Last of Us because Ellie likes girls.
The gate needs someone to hold it open. Get me in there, and I'll hold it for you.
They were saying how Days Gone is so much better because it doesn't have any of that.
Come on in.
And I'm just sort of like, how about it doesn't matter? Both games are amazing. Oh. Oh, ammo.
Comrades, now's your time. Help us fight back.
Let's fight these bastards!
We're with you, Outlander. Make them pay.
Okay.
You're gonna pay!
So this is not a stealth mission anymore, is it? Nailed it.
Ha! Their own weapons turned against them. Spread out! Get back! She's getting away!
Be very precise with the shot.
Get them cover!
There it is.
Walter couldn't protect you, could he? You won't even get close.
If games are used as political platform. Oh yeah, absolutely. I just think it's ridiculous.
Looks like they've
Oh.
got their own backup.
Whoa.
They're exposed.
Oh, now you're in trouble! This is it!
I'll cut you down.
Nailed it.
Move in! Now!
Ow. I'm just like legendary gear.
More soldiers coming in.
Ow. on yet. I want to do a muscle up someday. Eventually I'll be strong enough. What I'm aiming towards.
There goes their
And I'll eventually play Resident Evil 4. I do want to play it. Oh god. Yeah, I meant to do that. It was skills. I knew that was going to happen. I totally knew that was going to happen. Hey, Mom. Morning. How are you? Do everything.
I'll take that.
Yoink. Mine?
I have these stuffs in my sight.
Who's your favorite streamer? Carnage. Watch him every day. Streams on Twitch. How about you guys? Who's your favorite streamer? Other than me, obviously.
We're clear.
No sign of Pyrrhic or the last of the prisoners. His quarters are on the top floor.
I need to go to the top floor.
I picked up some kind of key. Might get us in.
Let's try it.
What I like about Kobe is he just plays games. No drama, nothing. I don't think you ever see Cole on the drama news. Probably you right now. I don't really watch anyone else. I appreciate it. I wish I could stream more often, but like I said, I'm right now I'm focused on the my health and also the what's it called? My YouTube channels. But my hope, or my eventual plan, chat, you can tell me if I'm being too ambitious or not. My eventual plan is I eventually have editors or someone that basically helps me with the gaming news every day. And then eventually,
He must have scurried away with the last of the prisoners.
it frees me up to have more time to stream, basically.
I'll check for tracks.
Okay.
There.
Let's go. The others will tend to their wounds.
This way. Heal. But the idea will be eventually is because right now the gaming news, it probably takes me close to 2 hours a day to do. But doing it 7 days a week, you can imagine it does take a mental toll on me.
He ran this day. Loved holding
And then the workout can take another hour.
guards.
So by the time I finish the workout, and obviously makes me tired as well. That's why I feel like I don't have time
Dead eyes.
for anything.
Big machines.
But in the future, I want to be able to do everything, like the gaming news. Oh jeez.
Ambush! Only cowards use such tactics.
His light guides my fire.
There it goes.
I just have to recharge.
Are you going
Something
to
man,
fight?
yeah.
You'll die alone, Pyrrhic.
Let me do this.
I am his chosen.
Now, right now, it's almost like a dream for me to be partnered with PlayStation. And I'm somewhat partnered with Nintendo, but we could be closer, let's say. Like with Nintendo, I would say we're still at first place, you know what I mean? I'm kidding. I mean, I'm a videographer and editor living in the UK, so give me a shout. Would love to work. I mean, have you seen how I edit the gaming news every day? Basically, what I'm looking for, eventually, like not now because I don't make any money from the gaming news. Like I think it's only fair if I can actually pay the editors. But what I want, basically, in the future, this is how I imagine my future, is I wake up, I have my shower, I do my morning routine, I do everything, and then, like, a script for the gaming news is there waiting for me. And then I check it, I read through it, I record it, and then I send it off to the editors, or editors, whoever, the team, and they then edit the video, upload it to YouTube, put it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook Reels, everywhere, like I'm doing right now, and on the website. And I can then focus on everything else I'm doing. So basically, rather than the gaming news taking me 2-3 hours a day, it takes me like 10 minutes. But so that I have time to do other stuff. So it will still be like my face, and it will still be like me in the video and my voice and recording the video, but I want to hand off the actual work to someone else that I pay.
I don't know if we should...
I mean, that's the vision I have anyway.
Pyrrhic's dead.
Now what?
It's over. You're okay.
But
Okay.
I won't even engage with that
My only link back
until...
to Walter.
What's it called? Until I can actually pay
For
someone.
what? Eternal paradise?
It's not
Never
fair to
join the
ask
Ascension
otherwise.
now.
Okay.
Because the gaming news channel doesn't make that much money. At the moment. Maybe it will in the future, but right now it doesn't make anything.
A living ancestor offered us salvation, and one by one you've been killing his messengers.
But if I get to the point where, let's say, each of the videos make me a couple $100 every day, then I'll pay a flipping editor, you know what I mean?
to take your word over his.
If it were up to me, I'd just leave him.
To put it in perspective, the channel has increased in viewership and revenue 4 times this month. So, just during April of 2023, it's increased 4-fold.
I suppose.
We'll see what May brings.
Besides,
I don't think it'll always be 4-fold every single month.
I'll make sure everyone gets back.
But if it keeps up with that trajectory and that momentum, then hopefully there'll be good things for the future.
But the rest of us do.
But that's the same of, like, I just want to play games, you know what I mean? I want to have more time to
tell me the whole truth about this.
farm platinum trophies and whatever else. Because ultimately, this is what I love doing, is playing the games. But at the same time, you know, I need to make money. I need to earn something. But speaking of that, I don't want my future, my career, my income, whatever you want to say, to be based on this idea of people giving me money. Like, I have lots of subs and lots of tips, therefore that pays the bills. It's like, no, I don't want even 1 penny from my audience. Like, simply, if they watch my videos and I provide them entertainment in that regard, and I make money from YouTube in ads or whatever, great. But I don't want people to just give me cash. That's not... Because the way I envision it, sorry to say, is like, you see someone homeless on the street who can't afford to eat, and what do they have? They have a cup in their hand, and they're like, please give me money. Sorry to say, that's how I envision streaming. So, and I don't want that for the future. So I don't ask people to subscribe, I don't ask people to tip, I don't ask people to anything. That's why I got rid of everything from my screen. So I don't have a tip jar and a sub goal and all this other stuff. I just don't. So I don't want it in the future either. What I want to do is just provide entertainment via my gaming news every day, and for YouTube, the mindless corporation, to be the one that pays me, not you guys. But that's my vision. You're the boss, so people are giving me money. That's how it works. Yeah, but like I said, but if people give me money, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. But I don't want that to be the basis of the business. You know, I don't want it to be a case of I do well in the business because you guys tip. That is not, for me, any sign of success. If anything, that's a big, massive failure. My success will be if I, what's it called? If I'm able to make all my money elsewhere and then not have to worry about the stream, like, at all. So, but, you know, each to their own. Each person has their own priorities, so I'm not criticizing other people for doing it. It's just a case of I have my own priorities. Need a workbench, don't I? Okay. Upgrade the spectacle. Okay, so before we talk to...
Aloy,
okay, this is the side
thanks
quest.
again for the rescue. But I wanted to warn you. We did a count, and not all of Seth and Pyrrhic's thugs are accounted for.
But like I said,
there's more of them
each
out
person
there.
has their own
They might be
opinion
camped at
and
places
how they
Walter
do
has
things.
excavate.
And
Like
I've got my own opinion and I have my own vision
They'll
of
be out for your blood.
how I see this going, because I want this to
Got it.
last for the rest of
Watch
my
back.
work life, let's say.
How are Lon and Otosa?
I want to be 60, 70 doing this.
You haven't offered any real proof. Walter might still come
I'm
back for us.
38 now.
If he was going to, wouldn't he have come already?
It's not going to be a maintainable thing if all I do all day is just sit here and play games and hope people tip.
You weren't
That is
entirely
not
honest with me.
I
sustainable.
know. I was afraid that if you knew that Lon went with Pyrrhic willingly, you wouldn't go after
But if I create, for example, if the gaming news does very well,
But it was manipulative.
then
Laundress
maybe
kind
eventually
of
I'll
figure.
I'll have my own media company.
I'm sorry.
At the moment, my unofficial title, if there is one, is independent gaming
Taking care of
journalist.
Lon, and any
Oh.
others that need it. I'm guessing he's not the only one who's still caught up in Londra's lies.
You're right about that.
Yeah, is that a hero to my?
And once our
I
shipmates
don't know.
here, the ones we left behind for Walter realized that they had been abandoned. in
That's an
danger.
interesting hairstyle, don't you agree, Mom?
Well, the reception has been a bit cold.
Then you two have your work cut out. for
I
you.
always said that
Find a way to bridge the gap.
if the internet
be easy.
didn't exist, gaming didn't exist, computers didn't exist, I would have been a
Think you let us
hairdresser.
snap out of it?
I care a bit too much about hair.
He just needs to feel.
And my dad used to work as a barber,
It has to be real.
like,
You can reach him.
decades ago.
know
But there's
that.
something in our DNA. We just care a lot about hair. I don't know why. Which is very ironic because I don't have any. Okay. So I got the trophy, aided the Quen. I guess that means I did all the side quests. Okay. Do this one upgrade. Yeah. Alright. So let's see. Guess main quests. Go on, Matt. Okay, Misaka at the Waterwing site. Okay, let's go to
Maybe
Seeker.
easy, but I hope
Now-
those two can work it out.
I am a huge fan of Square Enix. Believe it or not. And I especially don't like the direction that they're going at the moment. I don't like it because it's a company I love. If it's a company I'm completely indifferent to, I wouldn't even comment. I wouldn't even blink. I wouldn't even notice or care. It's because I care that I am really, really like anxious for the future of Square Enix, because I think they're messing up. I think at the moment they might as well just rename themselves to be the Final Fantasy company, with some occasional Dragon Quest.
Let's get going.
So, like, what other successful IPs does Square Enix have at the moment, other than Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest? Because when you look at a company, for example, like Capcom have got Street Fighter, they have Resident Evil, they have Monster Hunter. Everything they touch turns to gold. That's why they can give their employees a 30% pay rise and all this other stuff. I don't think that's the case for Square Enix. So I'm sure 16 will be a hit. I'm sure 7 Remake will be a hit. Everything else they're doing seems to be trash. And that's a shame. I hope, like,
Let's leave it here.
people can value everything they're doing, not just Final Fantasy only. And like I said, it can't be undone, but they really, in my opinion, should not have sold Tomb Raider so cheaply. They should have got an actual decent amount of money for it. Like, you could argue 300 million is a decent amount of money, but for me, it's like, it really wasn't. Because, Mega Man, yeah. The rumor that I read, I don't even know if it's true, is that because they sold Tomb Raider to the Embracer Group along with all the studios for 300 million, which means that they didn't pay 300 million for the Tomb Raider IP. They paid it was part of the 300 million was all these studios and the Tomb Raider IP. What I heard is that the Embracer Group sold the movie rights to Tomb Raider to Amazon for 600 million. They didn't sell the IP, they sold the rights only, which means that they've doubled their money already. They got their 300 million back plus 300 million more, and they still own the IP for Tomb Raider. That 600 million should have gone to Square Enix. It shouldn't have gone to the Embracer Group. I've got nothing against the Embracer Group, but it's a case of they, like, Square Enix was, sorry to say, if it's true, they were flippant scammed. So, well, they were so desperate to get rid of Tomb Raider that they made a really, really awful business decision. So, and that side of it, like, I hate ugly business in all of its forms. Like, for me, it stinks, literally. So, like, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but if it's all true, I'll be like, my God, you know what I mean? If that's the case. Because there's nothing to stop also the Embracer Group in a few years selling the film rights again. For like $1 billion. Or whatever the number is with inflation. So... they should not have sold the IP. It's like, for example, PlayStation. They own the IP for Spider-Man, I believe. I think they still own it. And Marvel are absolutely, or Disney basically, is absolutely desperate to get Spider-Man back. So what PlayStation did, they went to Marvel and they said, okay, look, you can have Spider-Man back, but it will cost you $2 billion or something ridiculous like that. And Marvel said no. I don't know the circumstance or why or how PlayStation owns the IP for Spider-Man, but yeah, it's a very valuable thing to own the IP for a very popular character. So...
Okay, Seika should be around
hey,
here
man.
somewhere.
How you doing?
Aloy, I'm here. Water wings are down on the beach. Take your pick.
Cool.
As soon as you get one under control, I guess we'll see if our plan works.
Alright. Probably need a rope. Do I have a rope shot? Red Gauntlet. Firestorm. Yeah, let me see if I have the rope shot. Where is it? This one? Oh. Spectacle. Die hammer. I could just try and sneak up on them, I guess. Marvel needed money back in the day and sold many rights to characters to get it. Fair enough. Played Soccer for 50 minutes straight yesterday and my body feels numb. Uh-oh. I hear them. Need to override a war wing. Let's close in on one. Now hunting.
Shotgun won't do much.
Ow. Like, absolutely no regard for my own safety. What the override button is. Just give me a pop-up and tell me. Right.
Here goes nothing.
There we go. Oh. The X-Men, Fantastic Four, etc. went to Fox, which are back now. Ah.
Okay. Ready to take
Yeah,
this
didn't
thing to
Disney
launch
buy
its
20th Century
Yeah,
Fox?
but first, my friend helped me make this
Do
diamond.
you think that's why they bought them?
Drowning out there.
Was to get the IPs back?
What about you?
It's okay. I'll be fine.
Okay. We're doing this?
Rock bombs are best for it. Yeah. Is it your full-time job to stream? No, I'm a YouTuber who streams, not the other way around. Lie. My full-time job is YouTube.
Hold on! I'll time our dives to avoid the tower's fire. Hope this works! Aloy! Incoming!
Whoa!
Wow.
I can actually breathe down here.
This is so cool.
It's not deep enough to dive.
Well,
We're hit!
bollocks.
Look out! Damn it! Just keep going! Water's too shallow. Shot's getting close. Shake it off!
Shall I just, like, stay on the water? That'd be a bit better for me. Oxygen.
You okay, Aloy? We're gonna take a hit!
Dang it! Okay, I'm over it. Bollocks! Why get forward? Going over that route. Have a blessed day,
Hold
bud.
on.
I appreciate you.
I'll time our dives to avoid the tower's fire.
Wow! I can actually breathe down here.
Did you guys see that Activision, the Activision Blizzard deal was blocked by the UK?
Oh! Better dive! Aloy! Incoming!
I just saw the headline. Yeah.
Surface, Aloy!
Come on, I'm on it.
Look out!
Well, I guess to dive I actually need some
Shot's getting close! Almost there, Aloy! Go!
momentum. And then one random game I am really looking forward to is Hellblade 2. 100% Xbox exclusive.
Here. Thanks.
We'll see. But you know, I was a massive fan of the first Hellblade.
You okay?
They made it.
Without
Well,
that
first, 0
mask?
deaths.
I was worried about you.
I'm all right. Thanks.
I'm
Well,
all
we're here.
good.
Let's find Laundra and put a stop to all this.
Okay. Let's go.
Guards ahead.
You seen Walter today?
No.
One of the few games that made Mithrie shed a tear. Yeah, I never cry. I'm usually like... What's it called? I've got like no soul sometimes. I know people say that to me. I've like no emotions.
Maybe we can find Kina there too.
I'll go over there. Okay. And the branch. Truth is, I was watching some streamer yesterday finish off Resident Evil 4 for the first time. He's one of Chris Broad's friends, you know, Broad in Japan. And I was like, I've seen the ending for Resident Evil 4 now probably like, I don't know, 25 times. But I was like, this was emotional, man.
Lead on. Curious.
It's such a good game. Find the volcano.
I hope the last batch don't
Show
take
up.
too long.
I'm spoiling
I'm ready
for a
to
fight.
ascend.
Well,
Here we go.
With that shield up, we've got to find another way in.
I have to destroy the whoever's powering the shield.
This way.
Laundra Productions. Another one of his businesses, I guess.
Seems like he wanted to have a hand in everything.
So, yeah. But it's what I was also saying about I was saying about Square Enix before. That I feel like if you surround yourself, this is just a business thing. Or just life thing, I guess. If you surround yourself with only yes men, then what's gonna happen? Is that when you mess up, then you're not gonna know. You're gonna assume everything you're doing is hunky-dory. Amazing in every way.
Everything's locked up. And Fetter's the only one.
And that's, you know, I'm saying obviously that about anyone.
Even before Laundra came along.
You as a person, Square Enix, anyone. It's the same thing. So if you only surround yourself with yes men, you're gonna be doomed to fail. Because one of the big things, even with YouTube, for example, is they said that one of the keys to success of YouTube is to surround yourself by people who will actually criticize what you do. They'll criticize your thumbnails, they'll criticize your descriptions, your videos, your editing, and so on. But with the goal of it actually becoming better. Let's see if we slide down here. See if there's a battery here for us to destroy or something.
It's just a statue.
Whoops. Okay, stealth mission. They'll never make progress. Yeah, exactly. And that's why enemies are too close. That's why, you know.
Spotted me. Here we
Whoops.
go.
Where are they? Oh, there they are.
We're not done yet, Aloy!
I say that if there's anything I can do to improve what I'm doing, just let me know. The gaming use is obviously not perfect because they're not getting millions of views each. I mean, they are definitely increasing, but it's a case of, you know, what could I do to make them better?
Big creature. I think it's a dinosaur. A diviner once told me about them.
I think this was a set for a hollow.
But yeah.
All this stuff for something that's not real? Huh.
But yeah. Well, like I said, I do feel that I'm definitely headed in the right direction with everything I'm doing. I'll just keep doing it. You know what they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. Yeah.
What was this place?
I think the old ones
Damn.
made holograms here that people watched for entertainment.
Jesus.
They also made an entertainment experience.
Come
in the
on.
place itself.
That's weirdly complicated.
See, I think you already started your including thumbnails of the games or small cuts of things you're actually talking about. Part is innovation, the other is marketing. Yeah. Because one piece of advice I got was you want to make sure that the title of the video is answered literally in the first like couple of seconds of the video. So like today's video is called what? Free games or PlayStation Plus for May 2023. It's literally the first thing I say in the video. Like the PlayStation Plus games for May 2023 have been leaked. So I've sort of satisfied people's expectations in the first couple of seconds. And I don't spend a lot of time with the whole subscribe, like, do everything. You don't even know me. You've never seen me before, but
Only because I owe you.
It sounds like Launch is keeping something in the armory.
Might be that building.
oops.
They tried to make it look like these soldiers had a last stand against the dinosaurs.
Sorry.
That's ridiculous. And kind of
My
awesome.
bad. But yeah, and I do want to replay Final Fantasy 7 Remake before Rebirth comes out. Which I'm sure everyone and their mother's going to be doing. Because a lot of people right now are playing...
Imagine being out in the wilds and coming face to face with that.
a lot of people are replaying like Breath of the Wild right now to get ready for Tears of the Kingdom. And what I'm happy about is to see a lot of people playing Ocarina of Time for the first time. And that's pretty good. 'Cause like I said, it's one of those games that sort of defined my this Jurassic Park. Look at this. As that I just want to explore. I almost don't even want to play.
How was this considered entertainment?
From what I've read, the more outlandish, the more they liked it.
Jeez. I'm really happy that I have this like LG screen. This looks to me this looks absolutely stunning. Anyway.
I don't see how to open the door, but there must be a way.
The guards mentioned a place called the Armory. Might be worth a look.
Okay, let's go to the armory. Just like the whole time, I'm like, come on.
If you mean better, yeah. He's over on the west side of the park tonight. They appreciate you as much as I do.
Take the day off. Forever. Sorry about that. Too cheesy. You're fired. Get it? Get it? Anyway. Where is the armory then? I have no clue where it is. Oh.
Thanks.
I mean, I played the main game on the hardest setting, so
Scary.
this is like a relief for me. The mobs to die so flipping fast. Okay, going. Okay, 180 meters that way. Now, chap, do you reckon they'll ever make a Last of Us Part 3?
Talking lizards.
And if they did, what would it even be about? Because it can't be about,
Take them on or slip by through the grass.
it can't be about Ellie wanting revenge on Abby anymore. Because, in a way, she kind of forgave her at the end of the second game. I also do want to see what thingy is about. What the Last of Us multiplayer is about. I'm sure it will have a story. It won't just be like deathmatch and PvP or whatever.
Good riddance.
And a way to open the door.
What's this? That woman in the ring looks important.
The code.
Welcome to Dino
Do we even know what the code is?
game where you prove your Pangea prowess. I'm your host, Craig T. Young. We've got 5 questions lined up on the terminals for you super fans. Ready? Here we go. How many raptors does Trevor claim he escaped from in the siege of Pangea?
I wonder if there's anything out there that could help with this.
I have no idea. But I have to, like, I might just Google it. Would it be Ellie coming to grips with Joel? Find a new hope of creating a cure?
Dino digits. Yeah.
For sure.
Just when I thought this place couldn't get weirder.
Security until it's time.
Sounds like Feder might be in the domed building.
Stay strong. Not long to
I've got your back.
Let's dodge this. I mean, quick save.
Fandom zone? Interesting looking ruin. Wonder what's inside.
Guess we'll see. Okay. Get back here. Oh. And we're still trying to work out how to open this door. Okay, let's go back to the middle. Obviously, we didn't get the answer we wanted here.
Is that dinosaur wearing a hat?
I think the more something seemed human, the more it helped sell stuff.
Interesting tactic.
Suppose. I remember, I've been reading about the whole Activision Blizzard thing for months now. But I wasn't going to make 1,000 videos about it.
West side of the park. Feder and his key should be somewhere around here.
There's no point. But one thing I did read
Wonder where this leads.
is
I'll wait here and keep an eye out.
basically the reason why they're trying to get the approval all over the world, like they did it in Brazil and so many other places, and going to the EU and the US and UK and so on, is because apparently they need 7 authorities around the world to say yes. But because now the UK have said no, and the FTC on a block in America, if they lose the appeal, then the deal will be away. I read basically that the FTC are trying to block the Activision deal. They have been for a long time now. Now, guys, what do you think? Do you think it'll be a good thing
A dinosaur figurine.
to for the Activision Blizzard deal to go through, or bad?
Related to those consoles I saw in the center of the park.
I open this? Would have to go back the way it came in. I have to go back the way it came in. Hey, Jen. Are you playing Honkai? You are? Oh, cool. I have mixed feelings about both. Oh. Ah.
There you are.
Miss me?
Let's keep moving.
I thought, yeah, you know it. Okay. I guess because I've solved this place, I can put the thing. I don't know where to put it though.
This is Dino Digits. Your next question is, during the portal pandemonium, how many portals were torn open?
I don't know.
I should come back when I know more.
I think I will have to Google it. I haven't got a clue. Any of these questions. Like, am I supposed to know?
Looks like this one could talk.
Talking lizards. Why not?
What am I missing, chat? Like, I must be missing something. I mean, Mum, you did this section. The patrol. Is that I haven't got any idea what I'm doing now. I'm completely lost. Guess I'll just follow the markers, I suppose. I have not got any idea what I'm even doing. Oh,
Is that dinosaur wearing a hat?
I think the more something seemed human, the more
oh, that's what they were
obsessive.
talking about. That shot.
Interesting tactic.
Welcome back to Dino Digits. The next question is, during the portal pandemonium, how many portals were torn open?
Notebook? I'm going to Google it, chat. I just don't know. I haven't got a clue. Let's see. Horizon. You'll see. Park question. Found the website which has all the answers, but it's got so many ads. Can't actually see. Let me load up Brave. Hey Joshua. How you doing? I switched my screen off by accident. Oh.
Huh.
Amazing.
So
What a
getting
guess.
the answer right gets you a hologram. Weird. What happens if you get all 5?
Guess we'll have to find out.
Here's our next question. How many pre-recorded messages came with the limited edition Talk to Me Reggie? That's
Wow, amazing.
Jane would be proud of you.
I am so clever. I'm the cleverest, chat. I'm not cheating, you are.
How many raptors does Trevor claim he escaped from in the siege of Pangea? Correct.
Let's see. Good, I'm playing Dead Island 2 at the moment. Oh, cool. Are you playing solo or are you playing with friends? Be 5 of them. Done. 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 Next one.
Alright, superfans. The next question is... In the first Pangea, Jane's ID can be seen on her first day at Port Tech. What is her ID number? Wrong! Haha! Just kidding. You aced it. Well done.
Yeah, sort of enter the answer before they're doing it solo.
Do you know the next dino digit? What was the portal code to reach Pangea in the original Pangea Holo? Congratulations! You've won dino digits! You will receive a... Oh, what's that? A special transmission from beyond the portal? Well, I'll leave you to it. Thanks for playing. This is Craig T. Young, signing off.
Got it!
Did you have fun?
Yes, totally. Did you do it the easy way or the Google way? Yeah, maybe. Anyway, so how do I? Because I'm just here to open the flipping door, volcano door. How do I open the volcano door? Because this, I think it's this door I need to open, and it said to go to the armory, but I've got no idea where it is.
This door can only be opened remotely from the armory.
We'd better find
Oh,
it then.
now it says find the armory. I guess I had to scan the door. Maybe that big circular building is the armory. Possibly. Well, just open door.
Tall as a tall neck.
Hope it was as gentle as one, too.
What a fun amusement park, yeah. I got all the figurines in order to get this. Okay. I've got one figurine so far. Wonder if Super Mario will hit a billion this week. Yeah, who knows? Was at the moment. Last time I checked, it was already past. Well, it was about to hit 700 million. The sort of calmness of this area is almost giving me like Balam Garden vibes. I don't know if this is the armory. Or it's locked.
A lot of dinosaurs here. Must have been some kind of attraction.
Getting attacked by dinosaurs was an attraction?
Kinda looks like a close rider.
They travel in
888 million. Jesus.
Let's see what's in here.
Right behind you.
Alright. I think I'm gonna go make a shake in a sec. Okay, before we go through this door, let me go get a shake. Then on Friday it will release in Japan. Fair enough. Yeah, I think when it releases in Japan, it will hit 1 billion. Oh, Bomb, I got the new pads for the headphones. But it's like a brand new experience now. Let me show you where my old pads were. This is how damaged they were. How shiny and sweaty they were. I had to replace them. Cost me $40. Alright. We're gonna make it shake. Okay, back. Mr. Bullfrog. Welcome back to Twitch. But isn't this music like giving you guys like Final Fantasy vibes as well? Or is it just me? Okay. Let's carry on.
Keep an eye out for intruders. Kill on sight.
How could I not come back?
My sister. Seika.
How could I not come back?
If we start a fight now, she'll be caught in the crossfire.
How could I not come back?
I'm so nervous, I can barely remember the line.
Just do as Walter says. Clear your mind. Forget everything. Your ancestors, your past, even your family. Think of him. Of what this moment means. Come on, let me hear you.
How could I not come back? Being with you feels like... I messed it up again.
Relax. Imagine that he's here. Like the first time we saw him on the beach. Feel the glow of his presence. Let it overtake you. And then say it. How could I not come back? Being with you feels like belonging. It feels like home.
Oh, he's gonna choose.
Oh, did you guys see that?
Just know it.
They announced the release date of the Witcher 3 series.
You'll have a place in his
The new
world,
Witcher trailer.
no matter what happens.
Pyrrha, Kina, it's time. Fetter, we'll be evacuating shortly.
Got it.
Whoa.
Second squad, you're on escort. The rest of you will wait here with me until Walter gives the word to move out.
Kina.
Remember, Fetter's got a key. It might unlock the armory, and that's our way to the volcano. And Londra.
Right. Let's take him down.
Maybe we can take them out quietly.
Yeah, let's win.
I've got your back.
To play the PlayStation 5 version? Yeah, so do I. It.
You see that?
Didn't see
Go
nothing.
look, but be quick about it.
Quiet now.
Who did this?
It was a frog.
Let's get this done!
Face justice! I'll raise the alarm!
Revenge!
It's like the exploding hours in The Last of Us all over again. Like, or am I? Check all of these bodies. Key. Ow. I got the high ground. I can. He's fine. Oh.
I think I saw Fetters up over here.
Just, I almost can't handle how beautiful this game looks. Hey Doc, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. I would say that this DLC looks even better than the actual game. Makes me hopeful for the third Horizon, because they're already
All right.
working on the third Horizon game.
Armory place. So
What
we
else
can
is
open
it
up
going to
the
be
volcano
called?
and find Londra.
He's really got his hooks into my sister. How can she be so blind?
I think it'll be quite high, the viewing numbers. It will be the last time where I think he is, what's his name? Geralt. Now, Season 4, who knows? The lighting looks great. Yeah, it really is something else.
Ancestors. This place is a maze.
Now, I personally think given the style of games, the closest of the companies, blah 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 blah, that the inevitable conclusion is that PlayStation will buy Square Enix, and Final Fantasy will just be a PlayStation property. What do you guys think? And that PlayStation will bin everything else that Square Enix is doing. But that's the way it seems like it's going.
Scary.
Which way is the armory again? It's funny to see that Final Fantasy started on Nintendo. Yeah, absolutely. I just think with the closeness of the companies, that even if Xbox go to Square Enix and say, we want to buy you, I think Square Enix will say, sorry, no. We spiritually belong to PlayStation. Reason more not to buy a PlayStation? Oh, fair enough. But, I mean, you like Final Fantasy, don't you? I think, though, that the Activision Blizzard deal not going through or being delayed probably delays PlayStation's plans, in a way. Because, am I supposed to do something here? If Xbox ended up owning World of Warcraft, then PlayStation in a way would be justified to own, what's it called? Final Fantasy 14. I have no idea what the armory is. I feel like I'm running in circles here. Might have to Google it.
Okay, we found the armory. Let's see if we can get further in.
Fair enough.
There's a lock on that door.
I was literally just about to Google it. Fedder's key. Yeah, absolutely. What do you mean?
Okay, somewhere.
But like I said,
a way to open the volcano door.
I think that is an inevitable conclusion. Because I was reading a rumor.
What's this?
That not only will it's going to happen, that it will happen sometime really soon as well. That's already in the works. And it will be, if they buy it right now, it will be PlayStation's 21st studio.
Zenith Tech.
You know, there's a directional map at the top of your screen, right?
But for what?
Oh.
Better see what my focus turns up.
Have at it.
That's some kind of fluid. Oh, strong odor.
I can smell it from here. Like alcohol that's too strong to drink.
That's a preservative, maybe?
Yeah. To be honest, next generation PlayStation 6, I will probably be 100% digital. I don't think I'll need discs anymore. Especially because, like I said, I've sold all my collector editions. I barely have any discs left.
Maybe just
I even sold everything else. So I even, like, my PlayStation 1 copy of Final Fantasy 7. I sold it. I literally, like, in my cupboard now, I've got, like, 10, 20 discs. Before I used to have, like, 300. So I'm definitely making the move towards digital. All I hope is that, you know, the next, what's it called? The next generation, they've got like 20 terabyte SSDs or something. Guess we're done in here. Where are we? Something else in here? Maybe I'm supposed to read this. Gold parchment marked with glyphs. And then I asked over about our bald comrades. He said nail clippings from fingers or toes would do instead. Have fun with that. Yeah. Okay.
According to this, the key we got from Feder will unlock this door.
Our lucky day.
This. Which door? Why am I like? Why am I stuck? There's something else in here that I'm supposed to investigate? Oh, examine. There you go. I'm gonna say.
The note seems to indicate that hair was taken from the Quen.
Resubscription received.
Jabs, thank you for the resub. Appreciate you.
What'd you turn up?
I think Londra is collecting and preserving Quen DNA samples in that device.
DNA?
Think of it as a way to store a person's.
Jabs, this game is
physical
beautiful.
presence. I'll send you data on it later.
Okay, I guess.
Well, the DLC is even more
Let's move
beautiful
on,
than the actual game. Definitely a step up. It's your streams. Oh. How's Destiny 2 these days? Pretty much every time I see your name on Discord, it says playing Destiny 2. Nailed it. Elevator shafts.
It's not a friendly looking chair. That console could be useful though. There's a network here, but it's locked down. Maybe if I cycle the power, I can force a reset and gain access.
Alright. Go. Do this first. Delete that.
It's shorted. Guess I'll need a new battery.
Open. Finish the story, trying to get through all of the post-story content. These are past content. I paid for all of it in advance. I want to do it twice. Fair enough, fair enough. And the reason I've not been streaming as much these days is because I've been working out. A lot of exercise. Happy with the progress so far.
These kind of look like cells. For some of the Quen?
I saw on Twitter that you're making great progress. Yeah, was it? 3 centimeters on my arms and legs in a month. I was amazed I made that much progress that quickly. Let's get a battery from here, or Mom's been doing the exercises with me as well. Ah. Oh, lame. I tried. You have to listen to this one.
The armory used to be an infirmary for snot-nosed kids who lost their mommies in the park. Fitting, then, that it'll be used for my own little brood, poking the Quen with needles and force-feeding them their medicine.
Okay, so obviously I need to go the other way somehow. Ooh, there we go. Well, one thing that's kind of ironic is I'm actually the one who's the teacher in the situation. I'm the instructor. You can ask Mom about it. I tell Mom what to do. It's like I said, it's good. I'm happy with the progress. God, once in a while. Yeah. Have to relinquish control sometimes. I'm lost. Yay. Find the charged energy cell. No clue where it is. But it's one of those things. Like yesterday, for example, we had to do squats and then leg raises. So you lie on your back and then just try and lift your legs up. What I was doing until now for the last sort of month is I was using a rubber band to lift my legs up one at a time. But yesterday I was able to lift both my feet up, straighten it up without any assistance. And it's, you know, it's nothing to, I'm not going to get a, you know, Guinness World Record anytime soon. But it's still a massive improvement compared to where I was. Move the energy cell. Okay, so I need to find a place to charge it. Where do I charge it? I'll have to get in there somehow. Question is, how do I get in there? Oh, okay. So I just had to go a bit deeper. Oh, the new Guerrilla Games out? Yeah. We were talking about it. They did a massive, like, launch event yesterday for it.
Now, how do I get it where it needs to be?
Like that. Okay.
How's it going down there?
I think I found a way to access the facility systems. Gonna reset the power and find out.
Okay. Try not to fry yourself.
4 hours later.
Alright, batteries in place. Gotta cycle the power again. Alright, power's back. I hope it reset the
There
network.
be light.
Hey, the door just unlocked. I'm coming your way.
The apple, orange, and orange. Respond.
What is this?
Oh, given that there aren't those weird brackets, hold up, feet, it's definitely not a gynecologist table. Watch the recording.
A triangle, a tri-square, a square. Respond, respond, respond.
That doesn't make any sense.
He doesn't want the Quen to think for themselves. I've got a feeling this is MSP.
Ancestors.
He's brainwashing them.
Have you been playing off stream? No, I actually haven't.
To respond is to obey, is to obey, is to obey.
How do I examine this?
We have to stop him.
Like that. Examine the console. So basically, when I'm not streaming, I'm not gaming either.
Aloy, the one who eliminated the other members of Far Zenith. I'm glad that you managed to reset the system.
Because at this point, you know, I've been streaming now for years.
It allowed me to bypass
Like, I'm used to
several
having people to talk to when I play games.
There's something
It feels
I was
weird
asked
to
to
not
do,
have people to talk to.
and I'm willing
So
to
at this
help you
point,
in
I
return.
just don't play games
You work
when
for
I'm not
Lana and
streaming.
Expect us to trust you?
Hold on. Okay, if you're willing to help, prove it.
It just, for me, it just adds an element
Help
of
me
fun
understand
that
what's
is
going on
unmatched.
Andres,
Like, every game is
building a
social.
spaceship. He's collecting genetic material from the Quen.
So thank you, Chad.
Subjecting them to
You make my games fun.
MSP, this kind of mind control. But others, like Seika's sister, they seem to be part of
You're
the
gonna try Dead
selection
Island 2?
process.
Not yet, no.
What does it all add up to?
Because the online
Your
is
observations
broken
are
and it
astute.
needs patching.
Walter plans to leave Earth before the entity known as Nemesis.
That was me trying to be
arrives.
emotional.
He wants to create a new colony on a distant world.
I have been watching since God of War Ragnarok.
DNA
Welcome,
to
welcome.
clone its populace.
Yeah, Ragnarok was something, wasn't it?
He also intends to bring a
I took on that
small
flippin'
number of
king.
carefully selected individuals with him. These will form his retinue, a family of sorts that will rule the colony by his side.
Happy copy. Yeah, pretty much.
An apt comparison, except that only Walter
See.
will be all-powerful.
Needs me to argue with him so he can play. Yep.
I can guess how.
I miss your streams, and I miss chat.
MSP on
Oh.
every single one of them.
Correct. On the populace and his retinue alike.
Oh, by the way,
None
chat.
will be able to
I guess
claim
in case you guys didn't notice, I've got new emotes.
familiar with what that is
Check out the new emotes. Or if you're watching on Twitch, see. What do you want?
You said you would help us, but you wanted something in return. What is it?
I have spent 1,000 years as Walter's servant, doing his bidding as he constantly tweaks my personality matrix. I am weary. It is time for my servitude to end. I will grant you access to Walter if you purge my source code
cool,
using
yeah.
an override device.
You mean
So stealth. I've Mithrie stealth for stealth mission.
Yes.
Dope.
Please.
For dope.
Let me rest.
Love. So yeah, while we're all in a lovey-dovey mode, let's all do Mithrie love.
All right.
If
I
I can
have
do it.
unlocked the door that will lead you to Walter.
It's Mithrie love.
He is not yet aware that you are here. In addition,
Mithrie
I have
love.
disabled the facility's air and sea defenses
Oh,
in
there it
case
is.
you need future access.
Thank you. And, goodbye.
At last, I'm free.
Cool.
Feels like Landra rots everything he touches.
It's gotta end. Come on.
Okay.
She said the volcano's open now.
Go to the volcano finally. This is quite a nice DLC. Wouldn't you agree? Yeah, a lot of content. Given it is just the DLC. Definitely up there.
Wasn't enough for Laundra to build
I'm
shit
really
that
glad
only
that
thousands when it
developers
launches.
were working really hard on
To rule over his
DLCs.
own
I think,
brainwashed
but
world like a god.
I think the single greatest DLC I've ever played
and get my
was
sister away from him before it's too
Integrate
late.
Final Fantasy 7.
I'm glad you're here, Aloy. I don't know what I would have done without you.
There's nowhere else I'd want to be.
I love you. Okay. I'm going exactly the wrong way. Oops. I still have like 8 trophies to get. Yeah. DLC. You know, I didn't even check the trophy list.
More cards ahead. Never thought Pyrrha would be in the top 2. But Walter knows best.
My shards are on Kina. Did you see the way she walked into the volcano? No fear.
We have to get in there. Well, now they're
You'll pay for this, Outlander. You're a fierce one, aren't you?
Maybe. Oh. Ever since you ate all those Kit Kats on stream, Kit Kats in my city are gone. Yeah, I actually read a report yesterday that the price of Kit Kats has gone up some like 20% or something. I was like, whoops. The story of the Frozen Wild is more interesting. Oh, fair enough.
I'm sorry, Walter. I guess I'm just a bit out of sorts.
It's only natural to be nervous.
But I just wonder what this story will be for the third game.
No. I can do it.
All right then. And just relax. Take a moment. And when you're ready, give it to me again.
How could I not come back? Being with you feels like belonging. It feels like home.
All right, thanks for that. Let's give Kina a try, shall we?
Why is his head so oversized? I feel like his head is like 10% bigger than it should be.
Being with you feels like belonging. It feels like home.
Or the same thing, yeah.
Oh, you.
His head's way too big.
You are really something, aren't you? See, you remind me very much of someone that I once knew.
Not unless he's just incredibly underweight.
Honestly, it's just inspiring to be standing here in front of you.
You are the one.
But it reminds me of the, you know, the bobbleheads? Massive heads.
We did that one more. Oh.
Seika!
Get away from her.
That's my sister, girl.
Oh, I see. The Ginger Avenger has finally caught up with me. Nova, how did the riffraff get past you? Nova?
Nova's gone. She couldn't stand another minute with you, and I can see why. I thought the other Zeniths were disgusting. But you really are something, aren't you?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am different than the others. Yes. Among other
We
things.
need a bobblehead of Mithrie.
I have done
Maybe in the future.
to crush you like an insect.
Well, of course.
Oh, what a shame. Could have been my rising star.
Gotta move.
Oh yeah, I should probably play the
My
game.
Zenith weapon could give me the upper hand here.
No machine's hurting my sister!
I win. Is this supposed to be a boss fight? Yes. It's on easy mode, so.
Is she okay?
It's like a mini boss of a mini boss.
Understand what happened, but she does know where more of our people are, and one of the boats that came in is docked nearby. We'll gather who we can and head back to the settlement.
Okay.
I needed a break
I
because
to meet me near Laundra's bunker.
I played the entire game on the hardest setting.
Like
it took forever just to do a normal mob.
He's working on something big. Really big.
I'll be there. I promise.
That was too easy even for you to move. It's just maybe it's just an emphasis of my skill. Or maybe yeah, maybe it's a bit too easy.
Good for you, Seika.
Okay.
Well, since
I
Nova
got
shut off the
the trophy confronted Londra.
Fly out of here. Getting her.
Okay. While you're talking. And my points. Okay.
Around on the skiff should be safe again too. I've got to go after Londra one last time. This will be my stash when I need it.
Yeah. All right. So. Let's see. Why is it still marked on the map? Let's complete the digits quiz. Like, do I still have to do something with it? His final act. Whatever. Let's just get this over with, shall we? The turtle judges your kill. Yeah, that turtle was hell. I saw the review for this on IGN, and they said that the DLC is really good, but the last boss fight is annoying. Guess I'm about to find out. Held it.
Okay, when Seika gets here, we'll have to.
Wait for Sega. When Sega gets here, full stop down. We're following Cliff now. I don't have a horse in this game, so I'll be fine.
You're here.
I'm guessing your sister made it back okay?
She's with the Admiral's Guard now, helping the last of our people out of Laundra's Park. Gives her something to focus on instead of brooding over what happened.
I hope it helps.
So what do you say we put an end to all this?
Okay. Need more time? Let's do this.
It's time.
Let's go.
Let's get going.
Okay, so Laundra's probably in his bunker, right?
Well, that's the Hollywood sign.
We'll have to get back in there.
Yeah, I don't think Laundra's in the bunker. Back at the park, he said he's gonna crush us like bugs. Pretty sure he's gonna use that. But he doesn't have a reactivation signal to reboot its systems. He needs a more direct connection.
You think he's actually inside that thing?
It's his only option. We need to find a way to stop it from powering up. There. It looks like it's hooked up to some kind of cooling system. If we find a way to disrupt it, it might cause the Horus to overheat.
That might be tricky.
Bang it.
More machines brought back from the dead?
I don't think so. Laundra must have used the horse to make them. We better hurry. Come on.
Well,
Time to get to that cooling system.
so yeah,
I'm with you all the way.
let's just run away.
We can climb down here.
Right, go.
Just blocking the way up. We'll have to deal with it.
Ready.
Hello, Aloy. Is that
Hello.
so good of you to make it to our grand finale?
Port machine coming up.
I'm dead. Son of a. A nice decent scenery. Ow.
We can get up that way.
Let me just loot some stuff in case need the resources. Yeah, I'm just getting flashbacks to when I did, you know, those hard boss fights in Ragnarok. That was something.
There we go.
Well,
Now, where are you hiding, Aloy?
We'll have to avoid that thing to get to the cooling system. Those ruins can give us cover.
none of it. By avoid, you mean just run straight to it, right?
He's lost us for now.
None of them.
Not again! Okay, I think we're in the clear for now. What are we gonna
Yeah, let's
do
go towards the cooling system.
It's
By the way,
ancient,
chat,
so we're
what
small
I'm
and
doing
fast.
now with all of my gaming news videos, whether I put it on Instagram or anywhere, is I ask
Up here.
questions about each of the stories. If you are interested, feel free to post your opinion. Because I don't just ask the question, I also give my answer.
Here we go again.
More corruptors ahead.
We can climb up and slip by.
Found you.
Look out!
Ah. Ow.
Outwitted. Outdone.
I'm in.
Find you.
I like how basically on easy you can almost completely ignore everything.
Let's keep moving. Cooling system's further up the road. Come on, we better hurry.
If any more parts of that thing wake up, we're in big
Oh
trouble.
yeah, there's meant to be Spider-Man 2 this year. It might be
Have to
some
hop the cliff to
announcement
get by.
about Wolverine soon as well. But again, that's just a rumor.
It's gonna be hard to avoid attention here.
A distraction right now.
Or we can charge through.
Ow.
Now's our chance.
Priorities.
The cooling system should be just ahead. Just overridden some machines. Gotta take them out.
I get. Son of a. Ow.
Okay.
Boys.
Now to deal with the cooling system.
GG. Okay. It's a cooling system.
Let's see if we can overheat the Horus with this thing. There's gotta be a way to stop its cooling.
What are you up to?
Maybe my focus can help. Some kind of heat sink. There might be a way to shut down the cooling. Seika, wanna do the honors?
There we go. I'll get the other one for you.
Yes!
Oh.
Temperature critical.
It's working!
Emergency heat sinks engaged.
Uh-oh.
You know, when you reach a certain age, certain things just stop working.
He's heading for the bay! He's gonna use the sea to cool the Horus down. Legacy's light. How are we supposed to stop that? There! On its underside. We gotta go after its heat sinks. You keep Laundra distracted from the air. I'll attack from below. Wait! You want me to fly this thing? You're a quick learner? Well, it's you and me now, buddy.
Wow.
Okay, gotta intercept the Horus.
They definitely have the
and go
sort
after
of
its heat sink.
grand scale stuff in practice, like, and they probably have to go to war.
This flying thing's not bad. Whoa! You're doing great. We can't let it reach open water. Seika, I need you to keep the Horus on the beach. On it! I'll be the bait!
Ow. I see how it is. I get. Son of a...
Yikes! Almost took a hit!
Okay, time to hit that heatsink.
Oh, come on.
But you even hope to win. That is pathetic.
Dang it.
You're nothing but a walking scrap heap!
Again all over again.
Uh-oh! Fly, buddy, fly! Oh! Gotta duck under it! Bet it can't keep up!
Well now, seems we have an insect scuttling around down there. You think that's gonna get somewhere?
Good work.
Diving!
What a waste of the time you have, but now it's my turn.
Look out, Aloy! The Metal Devil's charging up for something! Run, Aloy!
Nothing. Well, your luck won't last.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Keep you company.
I'm just sending more copters!
I'll handle it. Seika, keep Launcher
Kill the
busy while I
raptors.
deal with the machines.
Shouldn't be hard to get his attention.
Oh, it's sad.
Other raptors.
Watching you
Come on, you
try
big
so
red!
hard.
Come and get me!
Get back here.
Aloy! I see another heat sink on the flank! But it's under some kind of cover.
Let me scan it.
Whew. Dodging's not easy on this thing!
Get that buried.
That's one.
Ha! Missed me!
Last one's down. Now I can focus on the horse's heat sinks. Better scan that heat sink.
58.
Flood those wings faster!
Son of a... Horse.
You're done for.
Scan that heat sink.
I've got to dive! No rockets catching us!
You can't fly around forever.
Better scan that heat sink. Airflow's got a cover on it. Fear might break it. I gotta get up there. Climb one of the legs.
Ha! Can't swat me out of the sky!
You picked the wrong.
Now's my chance.
Dang it.
Come on, buddy! Fly straight!
Ah. Scaling a horse on the move. Right. Easy.
Pete's being the bait. Let's try this maneuver.
Just wait for the electricity to go.
Ha! Dodged it!
You'd better fly fast.
Keep
yours only ends
Isn't this
one
like
way.
a ridiculous fight?
Hard to steer this thing.
That's your big plan. Pathetic.
Look out! It's raining fire. Bet Laundra felt that one. Uh-oh. It's charging again, Aloy. Get clear.
Missed. What a shame.
Big guy's on the move. Looks like Laundra's taking it out into the water.
He must be heating up in there.
I don't know if I'll be able to keep him distracted.
Just do what you can.
What's to cool off?
What's it doing? Did we shut it down?
I think it's cooling itself off. This could be our chance. Stay in the air for now. I'll check it out.
I think I see heat sinks on the arms. Got it. It's gearing up to attack. Heat sinks exposed. Good shot.
One arm done.
You think you're winning? Not even close.
Below you, Aloy.
Throw yourself against the impossible.
God, maybe I will.
Let's try something else.
What's he up to now?
Those guns are powering up.
Nailed it. It's like the worst dodge ever.
Uh-oh. Hatches on his back are open.
That means incoming.
Let's wrap this up.
Got it. Another one down.
You're slowing off speed. I will crush you.
Ow. You know, if Returnal was this so difficult, yeah, I might like it some more. Just that second arm.
Look out!
That's it.
That's the last one.
Look out! There. Primary heat sink. Can't let up.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Of course, no ammo. Anyone else think this is a bit over the top? GG.
Launcher's heading for deeper waters. He's not getting away. Go get him.
Blowing up that last heat sink might have breached the hull. I gotta get inside and find Landra.
It's coming to a stop. You can catch it.
It's breaking down. Good. Better get in there before Landra makes repairs. A light. It could be coming from inside. There, a breach. It might be my way in.
Why open?
Okay, I'm in. Now to find Landra.
Aloy! Launcher's bringing the horse back up to the surface.
I'll climb up and find him. Landra has to be wired in.
Nailed it. Bollocks.
Landra has to be wired in to control this thing. That makes him vulnerable. He's got to be near the processing hub at the front. This big gear should be able to take my weight.
Catch me if you can! You okay in there?
Getting there. You?
Launcher took a couple swipes at me, but I outflew him.
Just hold on a little longer.
Nailed it. You meant to do that. Yeah, of course. I'm just teaching you guys how to not do it. You know what mistakes to avoid.
Landra has to be wired in to control this thing. That makes him vulnerable. He's got to be near the processing hub at the front.
Catch me if you can! You okay in there?
Getting there. You?
Launcher took a couple swipes at me, but I outflew him.
Just hold on a little longer.
I meant to do that. I think it's the camera angle that's messing me up. Yeah. Well done. Yeah, I know.
This leads toward the front.
Okay.
How to get across the gap.
Yeah, whatever!
Made it.
Made it. Apologize.
Hooked up to the processing. Destroying it might shut down the horse. I gotta get in there.
Must have been hell to test.
Want to get fried?
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Aloy?
I'll assume I'm going the right way.
Inland towards the coast.
I'm almost to Landra. Stand by.
You
target more connectors.
Ow.
There! A distributor. It could cut the power. Find another one. I need another way to drain its power. Not yet.
Not a chance.
Roger can't keep the shield up when he attacks.
Dang it.
Shield's gotta go down first.
How do I avoid that? Oh, come on. How do I avoid that? The thing on the floor? Yeah. I think I'm starting to understand what's going on. Dang it.
This will not be how I exit.
GG. 2 to go.
You will not defeat me. I will build a new world, adored by my loyal followers, while you choke on fallout. Right until Nemesis rips apart your pathetic planet!
Whatever you say.
Of course, I missed. Of course, I missed. Did you have any difficulty with this fight? Okay.
One more. The whole thing's on fire. You gotta get out. Almost done.
Well done. Yes. One to go. I bet I missed. Of course I did.
Got you now! Let's see you suffer! You're good. Give me that.
I missed again.
It's no good with the shield in place.
Okay, I need to aim a bit higher. Huh. I did it too. Cool. I missed again. There it is.
Orbs down. Just my spear.
GG. Yeah.
You really do ruin everything.
Thank you again, PlayStation, for gifting me this. Appreciate you.
Snake, I'm inside this thing's head. Gonna need a quick exit. On my way. Damn it! Come on! Hold on.
So let's beat it to the butthole and save the day, yeah. I agree. Another game done, yeah.
Not really sure how to land this thing.
Nailed it. 10 out of 10. Perfect landing.
We did it. I wonder what everyone back in the settlement thinks about what just happened. To see a metal devil rise from the dead.
Guess you better report to the Admiral and find out. Go on, it's okay. I'll catch up.
Don't leave me waiting too long.
Cool.
Silence? It's done. Laundra's dead.
Excellent.
Excellent.
I expect he put up a fight.
Yeah, you could say that. He, threw a Horus at me.
Did he? That couldn't have been easy to defeat, even for you.
I had help from one of the Quen. And I'm sending you some data from Laundra's implant. See what you can find out.
Laundra's personal logs should indeed be fascinating.
I'll keep you posted on my progress.
Oh. Alright, use workbench. I got Spectre Gauntlet upgraded. To be fair, I probably should have done that before the fight. Has everybody's not ready? Yeah.
I could poke around the burning shores for a bit.
You've unlocked railgun mode for the Spectre Gauntlet.
Get back with Seika.
Alright. Go back to Seika, let's finish this thing. Yeah, I know.
Hey, can we switch shifts, please?
It's save game. Let's go, yeah. Of course, I'm going exactly the wrong way. I'm always going exactly the wrong way. But yeah, this is a great DLC. It's up there. Very high quality DLC. I appreciate that.
Come, make use of my.
Your ears like you're shaking. After everything.
Aloy, when we saw the Metal Devil rise from the hills, it was as if the time of ashes had come again. To think the two of you defeated it by yourselves, it staggers the imagination. And that's not even your most important feat, as far as I'm concerned. Thank you for returning our lost brothers and sisters. What else can I say but that...
Yeah.
We are in your debt.
All I ask is that you give my friend here the credit she deserves for all the risks she took.
I would have it no other way.
Is he gonna try to take your focus?
I was wondering the same thing.
Well, he can't. You're gonna need it. I'll show you why. Seika, meet Alva. The two of you will need to coordinate in order to reunite the expedition.
Beta briefed me already. I'm so glad to see you guys. You should have heard the cheer that went up when I told the others here in Landfall that your half of the fleet survived.
To find her Alva. It's an honor.
Likewise. Well, we can chat about all the details later. For now, shouldn't you two be celebrating the fact that you just took down a Zenith and a Horus?
Maybe.
Come on. Away with you.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm pretty terrible at celebrating. I don't even know where to begin.
Well,
I like
I'm a
to
sailor,
sleep.
So it usually starts with alcohol. I think we have some bilge blaze. You know, spirits distilled from whatever hasn't spoiled.
How do you guys celebrate?
Oh, you make it sound so good.
Yeah, it's not really for beginners, so you get a pass this time.
Okay.
But there is something I wanted to talk to you about. Meet me back where we first met when you can, okay?
Okay. I'll see you there.
Oh. Alright.
So,
Well, to Seika, where you first met. Okay, let's fast travel if we can. We can't. We have to take the boat, I guess.
it's good. And I know I need to move on soon, but I'm not really ready to say goodbye to her just yet. Before I find her, maybe I should look for her sisters around the settlement, just to see how she's holding up.
You're talking to yourself again, Aloy.
You're on fishing duty today, huh?
In terms of graphics, I love it. In terms of character development and story progress, I hate it.
Okay, back to sailing.
That's fair. It's almost like... It's like the movie I Am Legend. Okay, there's Will Smith and his dog. Is there a point saving the entire world when there's only 2 people in it? Or should you just allow fate to take its course?
For me when we first met.
That's a moral question, isn't it?
No reason to be nervous, right? Yeah, right.
I'm definitely looking forward to the third Horizon game, that's for sure. Will I play this game again on the hardest setting? Hell no. I think they added like ultra hard. I was like, I'm not ready for that. Only wanted the city, but not the world. Yeah, but you know, I just mean generally.
There she is.
Like, if everyone that you know is gone, your family is gone, blah blah blah, could you keep going? Talk to Sika.
You must feel pretty good. Got your sister back, your people. What's next for the woman of the hour?
I actually don't know what I'm going to play next.
Devil from the inside.
Because I can't afford Star Wars. I know that comes out on Friday, so I won't be playing it because I can't afford it. So.
As for what's next, the Admiral's
I got bills to pay.
Reunite our half of the expedition with Alva up north. And after that, I don't know. I don't think things will ever be the same with my sister or my people.
You're not gonna sail back with him?
I want to see home again. Someday. But things have changed.
Like to keep going?
The Quen don't know what to do.
Imagine you developed a super advanced AI. Why would you bother going back?
I guess you know what that's like.
I have to get back outdated AI.
Yeah. For a long time, I hated the idea of home. For me, it meant where I grew up, where I wasn't wanted. But the thing is, the last few months, I've realized that home isn't really a place at all. It's more like
I can't remember if he was done.
the people I want to be with.
I like that. And
yeah, maybe we'll take on Nemesis during the next game.
More and more I've been thinking, I want to be with you. And I was hoping that you felt the same way.
Oh. Went out there. I respect it. This is too much for me. I'm not ready for this.
And what if I do?
I think I know how to handle it.
Horrible.
Yeah. Seika, I have a long road ahead of me.
I know. There are things I have to do too, but it's enough to know how you feel.
I think Nemesis was just, they said, an AI on another planet.
Me either.
Makes me wonder what the next game will be.
Just don't forget about me. Okay? Never.
working on trophies. Final 2 is done. 7 out of 10. Yeah. Okay, let me go speak to Silence in the war room. Epilogue. Yeah, I have heard good things about Dead Island 2, but I said I just won't play it solo. I won't.
Okay,
I think
Silence
it's
is waiting at the base.
the co-op game for me.
As for everyone else, I should help where I can. Get them up to speed on the burning shores another time.
Emotionally exhausted after this.
Welcome back, Aloy.
You're back. And after mingling with the Quen, I imagine that you're eager for some intelligent conversation.
There are some pretty special people among the Quen. If you drop down to Earth once in a while and did a little mingling yourself, you might realize that.
I have more important matters to deal with. Like the data you recovered from Londra.
You found a lead.
Indeed. A log entry he wrote shortly after the Zeniths escaped the destruction of their colony. I'll send it to you. There is much to unpack, but most importantly, Londra theorizes about how Nemesis might be countered. His musings include a list of 21st century corporations that manufactured state-of-the-art weapon systems. It's possible that one of these weapons could be deployed against the enemy. I'll have to investigate each company, of course, locate their facilities, unearth their technologies, determine their efficacy and whether they can be brought back online.
All by yourself, huh?
Well,
don't get me wrong, I'm glad you found something that can help. But I've been wondering why you stayed behind with us. It's the challenge, isn't it? The chance to prove you've got the biggest brain of all.
My reasons are mine alone.
And that's why you'll always be alone.
Aloy, Nemesis is not a threat that can be defeated single-handedly. I am grateful for your extraordinary contributions.
Oh, Silence? We might thaw that icy heart of yours yet. Now let's see what he found.
Cool. Book to the Pit Master, level 59. But yeah, chat, I think that'll do for today. I'm emotionally exhausted. Again, thank you PlayStation for gifting me the Burning Shores. Great DLC, highly recommended. So yeah, that's enough PlayStation for today. Alright chat, I think tomorrow's a workout day, so I probably won't stream. But we'll see the day after that, if I do. And like I said, I've got a huge backlog of games anyway, so even if we don't play any of the latest and greatest games that come out, like ASAP, doesn't matter. So many other games to play. I could play Witcher, I could play Cyberpunk, I could play Red Dead Redemption 2. There's so many other games I could play. So yeah. But alright chat. I'm gonna go what's it called? Make some food. I'll talk to you. Play anything I will watch. I appreciate you, Shavs. I'll see you guys next time. And if you miss the stream or you want to catch up, I will do my best to always back it up to the Let's Play channel. So Bye. And by the way, chat, if you buy any Steam games, check if they're on my store, and I might be able to earn a commission at no cost to you. Bye bye. Bye.